Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I'm your host, Christian, the unbiased king. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage. It's Joshua Gangsta Time Code.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What's good, Chris? What up, everybody listening?
Hey. Also joining us, it is our producer, Edgelord Big News, Leori O'Brien.
なんというビッグニュース
What's up, nerds?
Hey, we're back, baby. Sorry about the absence last week. Work kicked my ass. My day job actually prevented me from doing this pod. So I had to work late a lot, which is also why I unfortunately could not finish my HunterXHunter recap. I will have that next week for you, I promise. It's like 2/3 done. So I'm gonna have that next week, and I will like prepare visual aids to make up for it. I'll make it a real nice YouTube video over here. But until then, we're gonna have ourselves a nice little show here. Very excited. This is actually the first chapter of HunterXHunter that we'll be covering since its return. The second of at least 10, possibly 20 chapters that are going to be published at HunterXHunter. So yeah, let's not waste any time. I don't have anything for the tier list because I've been exclusively reading HunterXHunter up to this point. So yeah, we could just jump into the main show. Here we go. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1187, The Root of the Problem. Last we left off at One Piece, we've been dealing with a bunch of stuff going on with Imu fighting Loki. We have seen the flashback of Brook conclude. And so on and so forth. Sorry, I just needed to pull something up. Bam. Yeah, we've seen that. The conclusion of the flashback happened. We get to see how Brook actually has this scar above his head, and even in his living form in Laboon's flashback, we saw that same scar, and we know that he has that scar now because Shuri apparently stabbed him directly through the skull. Before the last time he saw her, which is pretty fucking nuts. How did you survive that, Brook? But yeah, the flashback is over, and he pleads with the Straw Hats to save Gunko in the event that she is just a victim in all of this, and this is not her doing. Of course, the Straw Hats being the Straw Hats accept. And at that same time, Luffy has decided to jump back into the fray and fucking hit Imu with a base form hockey punch, which I love, because if you know Luffy, if I know my guy Luffy, he's gonna get his base form hands on you before he starts using his ults. So much respect there. And that's where this chapter leaves off. Luffy sends Imu flying in his base form, which is incredibly impressive, to be honest. And as he's flying away, Imu seems to release two of these fire things, omen monsters, onto Loki and Luffy. The omen monsters seem to gather upon Loki's wound first. They find the place where the sword that he was stabbed with initially was struck. And I guess it acts as kind of a homing beacon for Imu's next attack, which is an extended blade that just cuts right through Loki's chest once again, sending him flying back and right where the Straw Hats are as they're trying to free Gunko from Ragnar's ice. And that's when Loki happens to crash on in, dropping the hammer on top of the ice block and starting to melt it. Because as we all know, only Ragnar can undo that ice. It's not like regular ice. In the meantime, Luffy throws off his cool Viking coat and heads off into battle. And meanwhile, we cut back over to the western village at the Sea Cloud port, where Zoro confronts Summers, who is trying to get away with the children, or trying to like rendezvous with the boat to gather the giant children. Very cool. One-on-one battle established between Zoro and Summers. Meanwhile, back at the actual western village, the Zaza sleep tid is wreaking havoc on the giant village, as Sanji is kind of like talking about it, saying that problem one, a monster bigger than the giants is taking the children away. Response, unfortunately, I won't be saving the kids. Problem two, their wailing mothers are an unbearable sight. Response, unfortunately, the monster is a woman. I can't kick her. Added note, these giant warriors refuse to give up on taking back their children. And we see that Ripley is just like trying her best to get Colin back, who has been captured again by Zaza. And problem three, Sanji says, I don't want to see a woman's tear, but I won't take part in that fight because you're the root of the problem, as he kicks Killingham. And he's like, as he says that he's going to put a stop to this because he knows what the immortal holy knights are weak against. And Killingham's like, haha, what an amusing thing to say. So are you claiming you can use the color of the Supreme King? Go on and kill me if you can. And he sends Sanji flying. And at this point, Sanji starts to remember what Scopper told him. When they were talking back about how whether Sanji has the ability to even access Supreme King Haki. And Scopper tells him, is like, you should have the potential for it. But for some reason, you possess a streak of masochistic instability. You must be a king too if you truly want to make Luffy the king of the pirates. As we end this chapter with a 2-page spread of Luffy in his Gear 5 form pulling up to Imu and declaring that, quit calling me all these names, as Imu says, there thou art, Joy Boy. He says, quit calling me all these names. I'm Luffy, the man who is going to be king of the pirates. And that is where this chapter ends. Holy moly, Josh, what did you think about One Piece chapter 1187?
Pretty solid chapter. Not my favorite of the week, but enjoyable nonetheless. I do not understand that situation with Sanji and Scopper telling him that. I thought he kind of was just, when he mentioned that, I remember when he didn't say that second part in the comic, but the first part about he just kind of said, yeah, sure. It seemed like he was just saying that to Sanji to like make him feel better, But it sounds like what he's saying is like, if you're gonna have like the Conqueror's Haki, you have to access it by being a fucking asshole. Is that what he's saying?
No.
To be a jerk?
No, not to be a jerk, I think.
What do you guys think?
I think it goes back to Sanji's like defining character flaw in that like him and Zoro are very similar in that they're both kind of self-sacrificing types, but I think like Sanji's self-sacrificing tendencies come from the fact that he doesn't really like himself very much. He lacks a lot of like not confidence in himself, but like a love for himself and an appreciation for himself. A lot of his a lot of his strength comes from just like helping others, where Zoro is easily more accessible because he seems to have more of an assured sense of self. I think it's like kind of a payoff to way back in the Baratier when he first witnesses Luffy and Zoro fighting and putting their lives on the line to such a degree. and Sanji just couldn't like wrap his head around that. And I think there's like still a part of him that thinks that way. And I think like what Sanji needs to learn here is just to have that aura, you know, to like have that grit and that like strength of spirit, to really like impose his, well, I guess like this sounds like not great, but like impose his willpower onto people, which is what hockey is. It's like willpower incarnate and just like projecting that onto people. So I think that's what really what Scopper means by that. Like he sees that Sanji isn't just like doesn't have that like oeuvre that Luffy and Zoro have naturally. It's not a matter of strength because Sanji has like the capability. Obviously, he's the third strongest on the crew and incredibly powerful in his own right. But it's like a mental barrier more than anything. If that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense to me. A lot better than whatever I was trying to piece together in my head. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't have much more thoughts. So let me just pass it over to Leorio, also known as Brian Espinal.
All right. Honestly, I did not picture that this would be the matchups for Zoro and Sanji. It feels like it should have been reversed in some way. Because you know, Sanji's whole thing is love, and Somers' whole thing it's kind of like a bastardization of it, like a real twisted way of punishing love. And I feel like that would have been a more poetic way to end this arc for these guys. Because I don't really see the vision behind him fighting fucking what's his name?
Killing him.
Yeah. But still the themes are there. I enjoy what they're going for. With Sanji's whole thing when it comes to Conqueror's Hockey, I feel like I'm glad that we're finally getting somebody who has to work for it, because it feels like every other person who has Conquerors, they just have it, right? And we don't get real insight into what makes somebody a Conqueror, what makes somebody who has this ability. So it's good to have this bit of clarity now, that we can finally see like, oh, okay, so anybody can do it. They just have to work for it in a way. So yeah, I'm excited to see where Sanji finds his resolve and how he grows to become a conqueror, because this is heavily implying that that's where he's going with this. But I also enjoyed seeing Zoro hype up Sanji and be like, yeah, nah, my guy's gonna fuck up your guy. Mm-hmm. And Summer's like, no, my guy's gonna fuck up your guy. Because whether they like each other or not, it doesn't really matter. They still both have a tremendous amount of respect for each other. And that will never go away between those two. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, this was tough, but I think this is my favorite chapter at the very least. For the week, this is my
this is my RGC as well.
Oh, me and Brian.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Wow.
Yeah, well, first of all, this is like a full-length chapter for One Piece, which I feel like never happens almost these days. A lot of stuff happening. First of all, I think, you know, the streets are talking. And
the streets are talking.
The streets are talking. Ragnar has dropped onto the ground. Loki is probably unable to fight at the moment. And guess who has experience with telling tall tales about having giant hammers and defeating people with giant hammers? And guess
Give up, bro.
And guess who also happens to be there
Give
at the
up,
same
bro.
time. That's not me talking. Tell the streets to give up.
It's
What are
okay,
the
guys.
streets
Huh?
This doesn't have to be Usopp's arc. It's okay, guys.
Oh,
It's over.
Ragnar has fallen near Usopp. Loki is unable to use it. A lot of people are theorizing that Usopp's going to pick up Ragnar and use it. Does that?
what type of cope? What's like? What? I'm trying to understand.
That is just a cope by people with agendas.
The thought process. Like, what are the inner mechanisms in these people's brains that's leading them to these?
I don't think it's all that unreasonable. I see it. You know.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable, but
I don't
I've
mind.
given up.
Well,
I've
first
given
of
up
all,
on trying to understand what Oda's trying to do.
I
with
think
Usopp.
if Usopp ends up using Ragnar, it's not going to be his permanent weapon. I think it eventually goes back to Loki. But I don't think it's unreasonable. I don't even think it's a bad idea.
America, the Thor hammer.
Yeah,
Use
kind
it
of like
real-
that. It's kind of like the equivalent, you know? We're going to see like it rising up and landing in Usopp's hands. I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't mind that at all. You know, it makes sense because
Copium, hypium.
I don't know. Maybe I am coping. I actually don't need it to happen. I'm not coping.
You're not. I said you're not coping. You're fucking. You're hyping, bro. You're like
I am hyping.
you. I know I'm far from my mic, but I gotta say this. Like you are jumping. You out there. You know, there's a saying that say you aim for the moon, and even if you know that way, even if you miss, you still land with the stars.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
doing.
I don't even. It's not. Well, I don't. That's not even the right expression. You're jumping out the Empire State
Oh,
Building.
my God.
and You're
It's-
saying I'm going to. Live there."
It's not that crazy. Of
I'm
an
not saying it's
idea.
impossible, but wow, that's like the utmost faith.
I don't know. Who knows what'll happen? I just think it's it's very coincidental that a lot of things are coming together in this way. Also, you know, Usopp's lies happen to have like a tendency to come true in one form or another, even in very subtle ways. Remember the goldfish at the end of Little Garden? That was one of Usopp's stories that he told to Kaya before they left.
Okay. He said he was going to pick up a big Thor hammer.
He also talked about Miss Merry Christmas before it even happened. He told stories to Kaya about defeating a mole woman.
That was Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that was.
Wait, he said he was going to pick up a hammer, a mighty hammer.
No, but Usopp hammer.
Yeah, he said that. Depends on hammer.
Oh, how could I have forgotten?
Looks like somebody just jumped out of the Empire State Building.
Oh, I'm out. Oh, we out. Yeah. I'm running up the stairs right now.
Yeah, let's jump together, hold hands, and fall off.
Yeah. You're already up there. I'm the one that has to make my way up. You already cascaded.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You know, it's Usopp Hammer coming to life.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Wow. All right. Yeah. I'm up there now. I made it.
Yeah, let's jump, bro.
I made it. What about you, Brian?
Are you jumping with us, Brian?
Um,
Jump with us, Brian.
I want to see if Oda's just fucking with us and trying to give us hope.
That would be hilarious.
Because
It sounds like you're in the lobby and you're still thinking.
Yeah.
I'm at the elevator doors. I'm looking at the button and I'm just like, come on, Oda. Show me that I can press this button.
I think it's gonna happen.
Either this or Enru. One or the other.
Yeah.
What would you rather?
I'd rather Usopp than Enru.
I too would
You
rather
sure?
Usopp
You don't want to
than Enru.
hand Chris's second
For
L?
multiple reasons, I would rather Usopp than Enru, not just because of the wrong Burgundy bet, but
Okay.
in any case, I really enjoyed this chapter. I mean, 1v1 fights in One Piece I'm excited. Color me excited. Somers and Zoro, it makes sense in a sense. I think like fighting styles. I don't know if these villains are particularly supposed to be thematic in terms of Zoro and Sanji, but more, I think like their matchup power wise is what makes sense. Because I don't think like Killingham or Somers represent anything particularly when it comes to Zoro or Sanji. I think they're just power sets that match up and make sense. I really love Sanji character development. Honestly, I think Oda has a lot of love for Sanji and really enjoys writing him. So I think we're in for some peak Sanji moments. And I'm very excited. Who knew that it would come to this at the start of Elbaf? Who knew that we'd be staring down a 2-page spread of Luffy versus Emu already? I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I did not see that.
Wasn't it?
I
Did
didn't
it feel a little like?
Oh yeah.
Did it feel like a little like weird?
Well, I fully expect the Straw Hats to lose this battle. Not necessarily that Zoro or Sanji goes down, but Luffy probably will. I don't expect a time skip like some people are saying. I think a second time skip would be a little much. Or at least like a significant time skip where it's like another 2 years or something. I think that'll be a little much. But yeah, I do expect this to be an L for the Straw Hats in one way or another, simply because it's obviously too early for Emu to be taken down right now. So it's either it ends in a stalemate where, Emu has to withdraw because he's not used to fighting like this right now, or Luffy is defeated and they have to escape Elbaf. Or Usopp comes in, uses the Ragnar abilities, and smacks Emu across the face.
Smites him.
Bro, imagine.
I want to see Emu's face be scared.
Yeah, have the.
Oh my God, Usopp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't wait.
Have the what's her face? Sugar face when she got scared of him.
The eye coming out.
The eyes coming. I think that would be fun. But I enjoyed this chapter. It felt very like vintage One Piece in a sense. I really liked it.
I will say one thing.
What?
Them in the previous chapter all agreeing like, yeah, let's go get Shuri out of this ice, guys. Let's go do this together. Only for it to just have Loki fall in and break her out anyway. Like, whether they agreed to help him or not literally didn't fucking matter.
Well, it's the sentiment. It's the sentiment,
They're like, oh. Yeah.
We were already told that nobody but Loki could break him out anyway, so...
Yeah, but it just felt like they were gearing up to do something about it, only for them to literally just fall into their hands.
Yeah, but they couldn't know that.
Yeah, of course they couldn't know that, but also Oda's writing the fucking story. You know what I mean?
I don't mind it. It's not
why set that up as if it's something that's gonna have a legitimate payoff? You know what I mean?
You know why? Because they had to get Usopp close to Loki, so that he could use Ragnar.
Personally, it felt like a rush. It felt like fuck it, we don't got time to fucking let them solve this problem. Just have Loki fall on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, they have no way of solving it otherwise. I don't mind it too. I don't mind a little bit of, not contrivance, but whatever, to move the story along. You got to do that sometimes. And Oda's been writing One Piece long enough that, like, bro, he's very clearly, there's certain aspects of it that are not going to be fleshed out super a whole lot. So I'm not like push it. I'm not like stressing about it. But I get what you mean, though.
Pushing P.
I'm pushing P.
What did I say was a prequel to One Piece because of the background story of the CPO? Oh God, I forgot what I said. That's super random.
It is. I'm like, wait, what?
So
I remember you said. I remember what you're talking about. I just don't know where you were.
Story for something.
Yeah, I remember you said something like that,
series.
but I don't remember what it was.
Oh well.
Oh, well, indeed. But yeah, that's all I got to say about One Piece. Very, very, very excited. And it's not on break next week. What? What? A crazy,
It's not?
a crazy cliffhanger, and we can expect a chapter next week. It'll probably be on break the week after, but but at least for this week, we can
No,
expect.
HunterXHunter's here. I think Oda's like, nah.
Hold me down real fast. I gotta.
Like, say that, Tagashi.
Oh, fellow OG mangaka Tagashi is here. I can't be shown
They
up.
bump the shoulders again. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so funny. Hunter x Hunter has been around at least as long as One Piece has. Maybe like just a couple years younger.
Crazy. Crazy.
And it's only less than half of its chapter run. Hunter x Hunter will probably be over by now if it had never gone on hiatus.
Dude, Oda is LeBron James. Basically.
Yeah. What does that make Tagashi?
Greg Oden or something like that. I don't know. Someone super nice that got hurt.
That keeps getting hurt and then comes back to the league every 10 years?
Nah, that's too specific. No one's like that in the NBA.
Yeah, sometimes I read One Piece and I'm like, he's 41!
He's only in his 40s?
He's actually not in his 40s. I think like Oda's in his, like, reaching his 50s. I don't know. Let me see. Ichiro Oda. Oda is 51. He's 51! Yeah, he's got to speed it along. That's why this happened, Brian.
Can somebody give Tagashi a robotic back or spine or something like that? Can we? Is that a thing we
should
do?
have the technology. He's 60.
Togashi 60?
Yeah, Tagashi is 60.
Oh nah, it's over.
He was born in 1966. That's
We're
crazy.
never seeing this.
No.
We're never seeing
No.
it. Boys, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's why he wrote 4 separate endings. Is like, hey, man, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it.
No.
These are 4 canonical endings that you could go with.
You read them?
I did.
What's wrong with you?
They don't go into detail. They really do just kind of explain the last scene that he had in mind.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess we'll see.
Look, bro, I mean, I understand. He's 60 right now.
I understand it too, but you broke the taboo.
He started
So
this.
you're telling me if the One Piece, which is out there, right? If
it is out there. I forgot about that.
Read it.
No.
Yeah, but like,
I think it's because Oda has a higher likelihood of finishing One Piece than Tagashi does of Hunter x Hunter.
Totally different. Totally different.
There was a point where he was writing.
Ending supposed to be like prior to the Secession arc, like you just end it there.
No,
like,
no. There's all of the endings end like after the Succession arc. We don't know what happens to everyone. I think like he doesn't reveal most characters' fates in any of these endings.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's each ending represents like a situation in which he is unable to finish. So, I've forgotten most of them. I only really remember one, and it's the one he said he would consider most canon should he have to end it. But I don't remember the others.
Was Hisoka mentioned at all?
Don't think so.
What was that line?
I don't know. You don't make it. That's why.
I mean, it's possible. Who is gonna make it? The situation on the we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there. It's crazy.
Shit dire.
Oh my god.
That's the
dire for literally every single person on that boat. It's like not good for nobody.
They all think shit is a big deal right now. That's in the back of my mind. You know, let's wait.
We'll get there.
What are we getting into next?
Next to Sakamoto Days. So we should do that.
We're doing Hunter before.
Hunter is after Ichi, which is
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's wait.
All right. Josh is very excited to talk about. Well, I'm also excited to talk about. We didn't get to do it last week, so I'm very excited to talk about Hunter. All right, let's move on to the next one, boys.
Bloody Cross.
Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 266, No Limit. Last we left off, Atari decided to pop off and say that in this battle, Taro Sakamoto will die. And Boiled is not hearing any of that. He says he can eyeball the worth of anyone's hard-boiledness. And we get a little definition of hard-boiledness, a measurement that indicates how hard-boiled you are. And he says that it doesn't matter who he goes up against. It doesn't matter who he goes up against. He ain't the kind of guy who gives up the ghost at this time. And yeah, Atari's like, I'm sorry, but the prediction is 100% accurate. And we return to Sakamoto's battle with X, as he's like, you're getting sluggish. You haven't forgotten that I stabbed you through the heart, have you? Normally it'd take Normally it'd take days of rehab just to regain the ability to walk again. Is that all it would take?
For assassins, maybe.
Yeah, for some, I don't know, bro. I feel like it would take a lot more.
Assassins, though.
I mean, these people could, within their world, I mean, how superpowered are they?
I mean, they're destroying amusement park rides with just strikes.
That's true.
You know?
You're right. They are just kicking roller coasters and shit.
Very casually.
Yeah.
It's all have the super soldier serum.
Yeah, it's like 15.
All Captain America.
It's like 25 Captain Americas running around.
Mad at him. Who is S tier, by the way? Yeah, Brian, you heard me.
Who's S tier?
Cap.
Steve.
No way.
Rogers.
Dead ass. Check it out when you get the chance. On the YouTubes.
So yeah, their battle continues until it is interrupted by Gaku, who comes in and immediately attacks. He attacks X, and he's like, "Bring out the old geezer, boss. I want to fight him." And I'm like, "What's wrong with you, bro? The plan is in effect. Why are you doing that?"
Yeah, right. Don't you see like this situation happening? You don't want to wait until it's finished.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And X tries to explain to him, is like, "Yo, Takamura is gone. You came back just for that." He says, "Bring him back. I can't just conjure him whenever I." And then Sakamoto sneaks him, kicks him in the face, but Gaku is able to return fire, punching Sakamoto so hard that he gets sent towards one of those weird spinny rides. I don't know what those are called, but he very cool style. A swing? Is it a swing ride?
Yeah, because you sit in it.
I know what
like,
I know. It's a swing-ish, but I don't know if there's like a technical.
I call it the swing. Yeah, the spinning swings.
The spinning swings.
The swing lift.
I'm gonna call.
Are you making shit up?
Yeah. These are all various different words I've used to describe it. I was hoping one of them would just and like, oh yeah, I've heard that one. But it never happened.
Swing ride at a carnival. Okay. It's called a swing ride, often called a chair swing or a wave swinger. Or tower swing.
What was the first? What was the first name?
Chair swing. Or wave swinger. Or
Wave swinger sounds cool.
Tower swinger. Tower swing. Let me see if
I
that's
like
what
wave swing.
What about Swungo?
Swingo, swango, swungo.
That sounds like
this? Okay, the Orlando. Okay, what is this? Flying swings. Is that what it is?
Swings, yeah, that actually that's pretty.
I like the spin and swing.
Like,
I like spin and swing better. You should market that, Josh. Anyway,
What about swing it up?
no, it doesn't. It doesn't fully describe.
Swang that thing.
Swang that thing. There you go, Brian. I think we got it. Anyway, Sakamoto uses that swang that thing, and swangs himself right back into Gaku, drop kicking him on the way. And there is a melee going on between Gaku X and Sakamoto. Fisticuffs fly, and then all of a sudden in the distance, they see Takamura, and all three of them are caught off guard, like, whoa. Why? Because it feels absolutely possible that Takamura can survive getting cut in half somehow. That's how much aura that old fuck had.
Yeah.
Gaku immediately makes a beeline towards Takamura, but Takamura sidesteps him, and it turns out it's not Takamura, but it's fucking Nagumo instead. Oh my god! And the chapter ends with Nagumo stabbing X in the guts, and that is where we're left off. Holy moly, Josh. What did you think about Sakamoto Days, chapter 266?
Enjoyable. There was some funny moments that like I mentioned. I think in the beginning it was really funny how he grabbed up Akari. He's like, "Little girl, don't you dare fucking say that about Sakamoto. You don't know half the shit he's been through. What do you do?
Yeah.
You've been sitting in the prison smoking cigarettes, making friends with mice.
You
have no type of say."
Yeah, you actually didn't end up doing anything. We broke you out for like nothing, really.
Just for you to give this negative ass commentary.
We broke
No
you out
thanks.
with your negative attitude, bringing
No gracias.
just ruining the vibes with your unpositive.
So I've been playing these tarot cards, and either way you slice it, Sakamoto's dead.
Yeah, you said that about 3 other people, and they all made it.
Actually, like, what I also thought was really funny was when Sakamoto hit Gaku, because you think Sakamoto would have took a step back, like, oh, all right, I'm gonna let them fight, and let me kind of catch my breath, and he went to go hit Gaku, like, no, that's don't beat up X. I need to beat him up the right way, so he'll understand and change his mind. I guess he's worried about Gaku trying to kill him, but Gaku was not about that. Seeing Sakamoto bleed, like the blood in his hand, is kind of crazy. I do feel really worried for him, actually, all jokes aside. I wish Gaku wasn't there, but my guy Oki,
Nagumo.
I mean, he really used Nagumo. God damn it.
Come on, man.
Why'd I call him Oki?
Because Oki is the man,
What is that?
to be honest. Oki is the spear guy that you like.
Yeah. I keep confusing them. Whatever. Nah, this was slick. I mean, he went for X. I thought he got Gaku at first, but he smoked X. That doesn't even make sense. How did he catch him? Gaku was trying to go after him.
Well, Gaku turned into Takamura because he could do that. He can like do disguises, and then he used that to.
He went past him.
Yeah, he went past Gaku and went straight for X.
Yeah. He didn't even decide to engage. He was like, "Oh, that's not you."
It's like, I killed you already, bro. I don't need to do this again. We need to run this again.
Wait, Nagumo beat Gaku, right?
Yeah. He's the one who put him on the slab.
That would have been hilarious if Nagumo just pulled up and stabbed him and took him out again. Like,
One-shotted him.
That would have been the most unnecessary like sequence of like, why was Gaku even introduced?
I would honestly find that very funny, and I would like that.
That would have been, that would be pure comedy, but also just the silliest shit ever. I don't got much else to say. Cool chapter.
Hell yeah.
Brian, what are your thoughts?
Enjoyable.
Hmm.
The action was all right. I don't know how I feel about Nagumo and Gaku just fucking randomly shoving their fucking faces into this fight out of nowhere. I felt like they had their moments. You know, I was happy with. I don't care about Gaku. He had his time. He should be dead. He should be dead already. What's the point? Literally, what is the fucking point? Listen, I like Sakamoto, but this series, I don't know. Something about this series just pisses me off sometimes. I'm like, be simple. Just keep going. Just tell the story. You don't have to do this bullshit. You're in the middle of something. Why do you have to toss in this random bullshit, bro? But that's it. I don't have much else to say.
Yeah.
Be right back.
I enjoyed this chapter a fair bit. I'll be honest. For a quick second, I too was fooled by Takamura. I'm not gonna lie. It took a quick second for me to register, and I was honestly a little excited because I think Takamura being the one to go made me the saddest. Is my least favorite part of Sakamoto. But honestly, I agree with Brian on Gaku. I think Nagumo makes sense because he has ties with Sakamoto and X and Rion. So it kind of makes sense for him to be there narratively. But yeah, Gaku, I'm like, all right. I guess he has to be there to hold off Nagumo or, anybody else from interfering with the fight. So, I'm more neutral on Gaku. I could take him or leave him. I understand his function in the story at this point. But yeah, we'll have to see. I'm always down for Nagumo doing cool shit with his multi-weapon thing. Obviously, this is not the end of X, so I'm excited to see how he gets out of getting stabbed in the gut. But those are all my thoughts. Anybody have any rebuttals or anything?
No.
Alrighty. With that, I suppose we can move onward.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
Ichi the Witch.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, Brian. We're talking about Ichi. We just got onto Ichi the Witch.
Okay.
I'm gonna pass this one over to Josh because Josh is covering Ichi the Witch today.
Thanks, Chris. Ichi the Witch, chapter number 89. Last week we got I'll just get to the fine points of it. The Magic Association and the Witches Association and the Magic Keepers have decided to agree to work together in order to take on the World Hater Magic and Kamano.
Fujimine?
Fujimine. Whoa. I mean, that was so far up there. I mean, yeah, so they're cool. And the last week's chapter ended with there being a nice little ping pong game between Descaris and Minakata, which is Ichi's both present and former teachers. So, yeah. This week begins with Descaris weeping in a puddle of tears as one of the Magic Keepers asks what happened here. And Rakugoku says that despite her best efforts yes, I said that, Rakugoku. Despite her best efforts to whine and cheat, she's still loved. And now she's throwing a temper tantrum like a 3-year-old. Someone asks, isn't she supposed to be the world's greatest witch? what is this behavior? But yeah, she's just whining. She lost it in. Rakugoku decides to say let's Descaris know that let's Ichi know that the reason why she's acting and behaving this way is because you kept bigging up Minakata and he had only like good things to say. But like, oh, like who do you really see as like your true mentor out of them? And Ichi's like, well, like Minakata, like he's the one that told me all the basics of hunting, and even though Discaris made me sign that student teacher contract thing, like I haven't really learned much from her, but I don't really look at her as much of a mentor. She's more so family. And right after hearing that, Discaris rises up from the floor like a fucking zombie or like rigor mortis, approaches Minakata with her hand on his shoulder, tells him smugly, "Good."
The big chin.
She's one of my favorite characters.
I love Discaris.
Whole series. I
love Discaris. She's really
I really
great.
like her a lot. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But yeah. And she's telling him like, oh, like, great effort, like, good win, but I let you have that because I wanted to be nice for the mentor of my family, someone I care about in my family. Whatever, talking all that shit. And then there are more ping pong games. And next up is Ichi and Higurashi, one of the magic keepers that had the dual swords. And because he has dual swords, he has dual paddles. Cool.
Hell
They're going back and forth. And the kid is like, yo, you could go ahead and use magic, man. I don't mind. Like, it's better practice for me anyway. And she's like, nah, like I want to just use my regular abilities. And then the dual wield, there's like, what's his name? Higurashi. There's a series named Higurashi.
It's Higurashi.
Oh, this is Higurashi.
Yeah, come on, man.
Oh, Chris, with the subtle knowledge. All right.
Higurashi.
Anyway, as Ichi and Higurashi are, returning the ping pong ball back and forth. Eventually, he says like, "Oh, like that's boring. You're not going to use magic. Like I wish." And he gets really intense, and he's like, "I think it'd be more fun if you cut loose and use the same power that you used when you first got King Aurora." And that's like Ichi literally responds with a magic powered swing that caught Higurashi off guard. I thought you said no magic, and then Ichi said, I felt the twinge of bloodlust, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you felt bloodlust through a ping pong match. But whatever. I mean, I guess this is not a regular, normal citizen. Man. Lord help whoever doesn't have magic or special abilities that looks at him the wrong way with any sense of malice. So whatever. Ichi wins in a close game, beats him 10-11. Okay, that's his little rival. I can see this. I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got Boxster versus Raku Gokes, and this is actually a pretty funny matchup because this guy, the Magic Keeper Boxster, has this really long like coat, but there's also the situation where Raku Gokes is gonna ask him a question and he doesn't really answer it straight. He's just like, that doesn't really answer my question. The first thing he said was like, isn't it hard to move in a big coat? And he said, it just looks stunning on me. It's fine. But that does kind of answer his question. He said it's fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I think that kind of answers the question. But
I agree.
As they keep playing, right? Or whatever. But
I agree.
They keep playing, and eventually Boxster, the Magic Keeper, smacks the ping pong ball with his jacket, like the coat called the coattail flip.
What is that material?
Goku. Yeah, right. And he's like, you can do that, like while laughing, and he's like, my coat is an integral part of my good looks, which that definitely does not answer the question.
Yeah.
Brian has disappeared, but we are going to continue, I suppose. Yeah, internet issues. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. As he hits it with the inside of his trench coat again, and then also with his fucking foot, as he beats Goku Raku 3-11. He's like, my magic pawn game is like my beauty is flawless. So, and he's just laughing. He finds that really funny. Next up is this real gloomy dude going up against our girl. What is her name? I forget.
Brian, what's
Komugi.
the girl's
Kumagi.
Yeah.
Komugi. Yeah.
Just gotta
Like
remember.
the chess
Gungi
player
player.
from-
Yeah. Hey, Hunter is everything.
All right. Relax. Find my center, realign my chi. All right.
Consider your chi realigned.
Yes. Sosoisin.
Sosoisen.
I said Komugi won, right? It was hilarious. The Magic Keeper was beating her, and then he just forfeited because he felt bad. Nice guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice guy, Komugi. Next up is Money Go.
Money, honey.
I hope he.
My God, I have made a grave mistake.
What?
We spoiled something in this chapter that I thought happened last week,
That-
but it's okay. Whatever. It'd be like that sometimes. So look, Money Gold, the leader of the Mantinel Witches Association with the mushroom hat, right? She's a mushroom.
No, she has like some weird, like liquidy hat,
Yeah, she's like a goopy, gooey.
goopy goo hat.
Goopy goo hat.
You said a
Yeah,
goopy goo
it's
girl.
always
No, I said
always
goopy
melting.
goo hat.
My cat is whining over there. So anyway, Money Gold goes up against the leader of the Magic Keeper.
Chun, right? Chun.
Chun, yeah, the guy with the panda hat, who's not very chill at all.
Not even a little.
Dead ass serious hardcore. So they're just asking each other questions as they're hitting the ball back and forth. But there's obviously some tact involved. They're asking about the situation with Amado, the gun witch that got brainwashed by Fujimin.
Who do you mean?
I really like the name. I can't believe I forgot it. And he's like, so Chun basically says it's fair to assume that Fujimin and the World Hater Magic are working together, right? And Marigold is like, yeah, it seems highly likely, especially since he grabbed her up after our fight. She didn't seem like she was dying or something. But basically, whatever. They talk more and more, and this we get to all right. So last week, what did happen is that there was a conversation between Money Gold and the witch that the senior witch that we met with the water magic.
Yeah, the
that was
villainous
curing the
magic.
people from the mic.
I forgot her face, but yeah.
But that was what we learned. That was a big deal. That this witch, her name is not here, so I feel really bad.
Tricota, something like that.
Yeah, Tricata. Yeah. Something. Yeah, I believe so. Oh, the villainous witch.
Yeah.
Oh, now I know why they call it a villainous witch. All right, let me save my thought. But Tricota and Fujimin signed a teacher-student deal, and the way those work is that if one
Tricaputo,
dies,
sorry.
the other dies. Tricaputo. What did I say? Tricata?
Yeah, I also said tricota.
Tricata? Is it the pasta?
Tricata. Tricata da pasta.
Wow. If that's not, I'm gonna be sounding mega ignorant, like just on Japanese. Italian,
Tricata? There's a
like,
tricata, right?
What's next?
Tricata. It's not looking good for us, Josh.
God, I hope. Oh my God, please, please.
No. There's ricotta cheese.
I'm devastated, Coco. All right. My cat coming up to me complaining about something. I can't hear that.
Well, tricotta is something.
Right,
it's
whatever.
not. It's not Italian food, but tricotta or tricot is a heavy knitted sweater or jersey.
That's nice.
So it's something.
Thank you, Chris. I am going to continue with this chapter.
Yeah, go for it.
But so I just wanted to put y'all on what happened last week, like that information that I guess Trikaputa and
Which feels
Fujimi
wrong.
their lives are interlocked. So Moneygold is worried that if the Magic Keepers find that out about them being linked, that they'll go to kill Trikaputa in order to kill Fujimi because she's that much of a problem. But that's crazy. I don't know if she means they would legally try to do that. Whatever. That's what it said. At the end of the match, they resolved to work together, as I said in the beginning of the of the chapter, and that is the wrap up of the ping pong game. As Ichi is walking away, Lord Xenu or whatever this motherfucker's name, Roro, appears on the shoulder, starts talking all that good shit. Says something really interesting to me though that I'll wait to talk about later. As he says, humans are like that after all, cowardly, mean, and annoying. Because he has no confidence that the Magic Keepers and Witches Association can actually like maintain a proper alliance. As Ichi thinks about alliances, and in his mind, Fujimi is telling him, he remembers Fujimi telling him how he wasn't cut out to be a human, and it looks like those words really stuck with him. And that's the end of the chapter. All right, Brian, Leorio, what are your thoughts?
I will say I was actually surprised that those words actually did affect
Me too.
Ichi. Like,
For real.
I thought that was the kind of thing that would just completely roll off of him, but man, it kind of hurt to see him so hurt by it. And on a unrelated note, there was a mini my pong arc that happened here.
Yeah, it was like
we
a
were joking.
little arc.
Yeah, we were joking about it a little bit, but they ended up actually doing it. So that was pretty fun. But I mean, I don't have much else to say. This is a fun little chapter with like a very somber ending. And I wonder how those feelings are going to manifest from here on out for Ichi. Aside from that, I don't have much else to say. Chris, what are your thoughts?
I enjoyed this chapter a fair bit. First of all, I want to say that this color spread at the start for the title page, it's very cool, very well drawn, super well colored. I enjoyed it. I love Discaris. I think she's such a fun character. She's multi-layered. She's just a lot of fun to watch. She's very different from a lot of the like OP mentor type characters that we've seen across Shonen, in that she has like a very fun personality. Like Gojo was like kind of her predecessor, where she could be, where there was like kind of like a flawed douchebag kind of guy being your like savior type character. But Ascaris is very fun. She's very unique, and I really enjoy her. She's like a lot of the appeal of Ichi the Witch for me. So it's really cool. I'm enjoying how this is turning out. I love like the slow world building that we're getting here and the development of the side cast with including Moneygold herself, because she's really just been around as like kind of like the boss head Hokage type character that's that we've seen, and it's good to see that she's like got layers to her as well. I don't know how this thing's gonna shake out with Trikaputo and Fujimine. I'm sure they'll find like some compromise where neither of them have to die, but I'm really interested to see the backstory for that and more into Trikaputo. I don't know where this next arc's going to take us, which is going to be fun to see. I don't know if Ichi just leaves and tries to find Fujimine. I would hope not, but I'm looking forward to this because I like Ichi, but I feel like Ichi is not like the most interesting MC so far, and I'm hoping this arc kind of gives him a little more depth and we continue to like explore him a little bit more. So I'm excited for that, and I hope that doesn't come off as slander. I do like Ichi as a character. I think he's like super cool, and I think his death for death thing is very fun and very a cool X factor for his character. And I'm wondering how that will evolve, because this all stems from his own origin of death for death and how that his relationship with that philosophy kind of evolves from here. So very cool. Only 10 chapters away from 100 chapters, which means anime talks may start for Ichi the Witch at some point. So I think it's pretty safe. Obviously, I like Ichi the Witch is going to be a mainstay for the magazine.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, Chris.
Yeah,
There's only one anime announcement I'm looking forward to these days, and that's not a new anime.
is it
That's
Hunter x Hunter: The
continuation.
Succession War arc?
Yes.
I mean, they could do it
Yes.
if they really wanted to. I think there's enough material there that you can like do a lot.
They can do a half a fucking season or something,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
they make
That's
it
going to be
another
such a
season.
hard adaptation, bro.
oh, it's gonna be a lot of talking. I think a lot of
I
people
love it.
wouldn't
I
really
would
dig
do
it.
all of it. It'd be a podcast.
I mean, I love it. I love it.
It'd be a podcast.
That's not a bad idea. Do it as an audiobook, bro.
Niggas is bargaining. Like, you know, I'll take it.
Anything I can get, bro. Oh my god. All right. Well, those are all my thoughts on Ichi the Witch. Josh, what did you think?
I want to skip to specifically what I wanted to talk about, which was Uroro saying that humans are like that after all, cowardly, mean, and annoying. I kind of look, I'm not fiend out to see a character like Uroro be redeemed or become a nice guy. Would I love to see it? Yeah. It doesn't need to happen for me. But for me, this is a moment that says, oh, that's interesting for you to think that humans are mean. That's a weird emotion for like a high tiered being to say a being you think are lowly, right?
I agree.
And like either way you look at it, whether that's like you feel that people are mean to you or you care that people are mean to each other, that shows some type of emotional like strife there. And which shows that if Aurora is gonna become more chill towards humans and shit, you know, it's gonna that something that has passed had to have happened to make him feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he got his heart broken, and that's why it turned into glass that no woman witch could break. I don't know. That'd be interesting. So those are just my thoughts on that theories. Yeah, just I want to talk more about Descaris because she really is awesome. Aside from her being like brown skinned, which I also really, really love, just cards on the table, you know. And I really like that the color page helped me understand that one of these other guys was like darker skin, but I've noticed in this comic they make a point to like add like dark skin.
There's people of color in this manga for sure.
Yeah, and it's a big deal to me.
Not to say that
especially
Japanese
for, like,
people
Japanese
aren't
artists.
people of color,
Well, you know, I
but
mean,
yeah, I get what you're saying. But
You know what I mean? Yeah. And just for the record, there are a lot of super ignorant people out in Japan.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
just like in America. So
Don't we know it?
I know that there's still that climate in a place like Japan. So
yeah.
you know, to see it from an artist from there, it's just nice.
Mhm.
You know, but
like
anyway,
go out of the way to do it, you know.
Deskars seems to me like a vulnerable character. See, to me, like when I think about Gojo, and I'm not disagreeing with you, I'm just kind of building off of what you were saying, right? To kind of make Deskars more distinct, right? Is that like, you know, but Gojo, he still had this untouchable nature to him. And what I would describe about Gojo, which is different from maybe some of the other mentor characters, was like maybe this like attention to detail, like this attention to emotional detail paired with like this like godly unmatched ability. Because other mentor characters like Kakashi were like obviously very in tune with their emotions and caring, but he didn't have the god. He was glazed for a long time, but it got to a certain point where Kakashi was not like that. You know what I mean? He wasn't like he wasn't making shit move. You feel me? Like off his name alone no more. Like how Gojo was the whole point of a plot, right? So like whereas and to me Deskar seems like she's on a power level far greater than Kakashi comparison wise, like for their series. You know, like they call her the undisputed best. Kakashi was just one of them top goons. And I mean that with all respect. You know what I mean? So you know, they're handling her really well. I like how she doesn't get overly emotional about the loss to her brother when she thinks about her brother, but you see it leak out in her affection towards Ichi and just her general big sister caringness that she shows to, like, you know, the people in the association and such. Yeah, I think the coolest thing about Deskars is that as powerful as she is and all of the work that she puts in, and man, like just a couple chapters ago, we seen her go crazy, fighting off like 4 magic keepers, like another witch, and Fujimino at the same time, like lit. You know what I mean? Like she's about that fucking life, and she still has room to grow. I feel, and there's still probably a lot more to know about her like backstory. Also, this may come across as like weird. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I think Deskars is the first female lead character that I was really looking forward to them finding romance with somebody. Like, you know, and it's just that I haven't taken interest in, like, you know, like women characters, like, you know, the girl characters in certain series, like, you know, finding like, you know, their match in the manga or whatever, like I would with like certain male characters. And I guess it's because I was putting myself in the guy's shoes a little bit more in a way. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Like I feel real kinship with Deskars, you know?
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah. You know, just
especially how she's a fucking sore loser.
Yeah. I just to add on to this Deskars talk, because I could talk about Deskars forever. I love the little faces they draw her in.
Yes.
This opening page is so fucking funny.
Right?
Like I just love the way they draw her sometimes. And also, you know, it's funny, like adding on to this mentor archetype character. I say Gojo is like kind of like a prototypical, but I think even before that, you know who really embodied that kind of? Jin from World Trigger, for me. Like he was the first like overpower OP mentor character to kind of like instill some flaws and just like have like this depth to him. And I feel like he's similar to Gojo in that sense because everybody looks at Jin like Gojo is looked at almost in his
power
world.
matters in the context of the plot and shit too. You know, like
So I think like if you're looking at the evolution, it's like Kakashi into Jin, into Gojo, into Descartes. And it's like kind of a cool evolution of where this archetype has gone.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about Jin because nobody knows what World Trigger is yet.
No. Shit, before Kakashi, it was Wing.
Yeah. Oh my God. If you want to.
My goat Wing.
Oh, and Biscuit.
And Bisky.
I like Bisky.
Yeah, Bisky.
I said Bisky.
Oh my God. Bisky is also on the boat.
Yo, Hanzo. Son, he was like, oh, I didn't forget. I didn't forget, guys.
Bro.
Jing is on the boat.
Jing is on the boat.
Him and Gon got to run the ones.
Leorio is on the boat.
He's on the.
Harrison's on the boat.
Nigga, Gene is on the boat. Illumi and Coluto are on the boat.
Yeah.
You know what that means, nigga. This kid is on the boat.
Who? Killua is not on
Him
the
and
boat.
his sister. Killua
is not on the boat.
Killua is not on the boat.
He's on the boat.
Killua is
He's
not
on the boat with his sister.
He's definitively not on the boat.
Who said that?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it wasn't explicitly stated that he wasn't on the boat.
But come on, he's not on the boat. I mean, I feel like we would have known.
He said, "Where am I?" And Gon said, "I can't use Nen." You know what I'm talking about. It was that color page.
I know what you're talking about. No, I know. I was reading the series again. I seen it.
Okay. I seen it recently too. Where am I? On the motherfucking boat with his sister or brother or
Aluka.
whatever. Kaluto.
Aluka.
Shit. Yes. Aluka. Thank you. And they need to get EA removed. Okay. Whatever that shit.
Hisoka's on the boat. So many characters are on the boat. Literally everyone's on the boat except for Killua and Gon.
This is still Ichi the Witch.
Yeah, sorry. We keep we're so excited. We're so excited.
Who am I to start rolling up?
I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot we were still on Ichi the Witch.
I don't even know how we got there. You know, I feel like I just woke up and we're talking about HunterXHunter.
It's
You brought up Wing. Yeah. That's how we got here. That's how we got here.
I'm so hyped. I remember because I got Descartes staring back at me, crying. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Come to find out, Wing's gonna be on the boat.
My bad.
Anyway, all right.
Wing, no, yeah, Wing and Zushi. Bro, what's up with Zushi? You know he's supposed to be a manipulator. Yo, we're gonna talk. As soon as you flip the page, we're not gonna talk about the chapters. We're gonna talk a little bit about. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I got some things to say.
All right, let's go. Let's move onward.
We call that easy money, GG.
HunterXHunter.
Mezashita. I don't know the whole words.
Oh, you know what? I'm so stupid. I should have used this.
Kurapika is now drowning in an indescribable emptiness.
I forgot.
Can we play the song?
No, because we'll get copyright stricken, bro. All right. So, HunterXHunter. All right. So what happened was I was supposed to have an entire fucking recap for the pre-show chat show, but I could not do it. A lot of stuff has been going on in my day job, and I was not able to finish my recap, but I am 2/3 of the way through. Next week, on next pre-show chat show, I will have an all-intensive recap of the entirety of the Succession War arc in a short span of time. I'm going to try to condense all this information into an easy to listen to and to digest guide. I will try to do visual aids as well on top of that. So look forward to that. But I'm going to give you the skinny of the last few events, I suppose. Okay, so it's looking like a lot of the lingering plot points of the succession arc are starting to come to a head. A lot of the younger princes are kind of running out the clock because the older princes are like really dueling with each other at this point in a very covert fashion. Hulkenberg and Benjamin are on a collision course of death, where Hulkenberg has taken over Balsamico, one of, literally Prince Benjamin's right-hand man, and Benjamin has been infected with the same poison that he intended to infect Hulkenberg with. And now he is trying to make a mad dash for power. Benjamin is he knows he's dying. Benjamin's time is running out. He knows this. He has like a handful of hours left to live. And in this time, he has managed to call martial law and intends to fully pass down the rights to succession onto his young son. Benjamin also has a child. So
Well, I missed that.
before he dies, he intends to claim the throne for himself for the next few hours and also pass down the succession to his son. So his son will become king upon his death, and there will be no succession war for him. We're now cutting to hours before all of this is going on. Hulkenberg is still possessing. Well, that's not all. Okay, Hulkenberg is still possessing Balsamico. We have Kurapika announcing that he puts forward this idea that if they can find a way to kind of make the Nen ability that is the calling game itself null and void by limiting one of the factors or the requirements for it, they can make it so that there is no succession war and there is no sole survivor, meaning that that Nasubi's family will fall from power, and that is what he figures. And his big crucial announcement here is that he announces that 14th Prince Wobble is not eligible for the succession battle. And that was a humongous twist. At this point, we don't know if Kurapika is telling the truth or not. At this point, we are thinking this is like kind of a last-ditch effort to get everybody off of fucking Wobble's back. But we are continuing on. This is 5 hours before martial law was declared. So this is 5 hours before all this shit with Benjamin is going on. The thing about the succession arc that makes it also super complicated is that we jump around in time a lot. Certain events are happening simultaneously to each other. And sometimes we come back to Kurapika and it's 5 hours before any of this shit happened. So it's pretty brutal. So we open this chapter with Kurapika's previous announcement that 14th Prince Wobble is not participating in the succession battle because he is not eligible. And immediately they kind of call him out on this. He's like, why are you lying, bro? And he's like, I'm not lying. I've made deductions about limitations, yes, but I'm confident in what I'm telling you now. He says, let's have class at 10 a.m., go and think things over, and then come back only if you want to take the class. And in this time, it is now 48 hours. I think we cut back even further at this point. We flash back 48 hours before special martial law was enforced. And this is at least, I think, the point where they, this is a lot of context to establish. This is when they depart from Longhi, one of Netero's secret children, beyond Netero's secret children that has been placed among the princes themselves, and possibly one of the princes is a child of Netero. So it is now imperative that they try and find who this prince is. But right now, they need to identify the target of Beyond's cursed offspring and break the curse aimed at Prince Wobble, because every one of Netero's kids is instilled with a Nen curse, similar kind of to the Have-Nots, where each one of them is aimed at one of the princes and are activated upon their death, I believe. So they got to find out who it is. Oito's immediately like, I don't know that guy. Wobble is not his kid. And Kurapika's like, I know. Don't worry, man. I'm not going to disrespect you like that. And it's important here that as Kurapika asks Shimano, one of the Oito's servants, to prepare her a meal, she brings up this weird pronunciation thing with the kakin, where there's like a different triphthongs and diphthongs. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, there's like subtle dialect things within the kakin dialect that changes based off of I guess like gendered kind of speech in language. And it's in this they find out something very crucial. And it's at that point Kurapika decides to use his chain to question Oito about stuff. He establishes a baseline, and then he starts asking that he asks, you have only one child, Prince Wobble? And she says yes. And then Kurapika drops this fucking bomb. He says, the prince sleeping there is the prince I held at the interview 2 months ago. And that's when Oito gets shook. And we are all hit with the news that the Wobble that has been here this entire time is not the actual Prince Wobble. So she's like, wait, how did you know? And Kurapika says that Bill mentions that he knew something. He figured something in your pronunciation of the word Wobble. And the way that she says she pronounced the B in Wobble is what gave it away this entire time. Fucking crazy. Why are you shaking your...
These niggas is too smart, yo. All of them. All of them. All detectives.
Yeah, everybody here is a super duper genius.
These are the brightest. Where were they when the ants attacked? For real, for real.
Getting eyes, I guess. Kurapika was. He was gathering the eyes while the whole ant situation was going on.
He didn't give a fuck. He said, what's happening over there? Oh.
Sorry, bro. I got to see a painter about my friend's eyes.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. So Oito explains that the baby that's here is actually her nephew, the son of her younger sister, and that Oito swapped her baby out with this baby before they got onto the boat. However, Wobble was there when they did the seed urn. So but the Nen Beast is still here for some reason. That's something that I got to bring up. There is a Nen Beast above fake Wobble. And I wonder if that's why we haven't been able to see it yet and why Kurapika has not been able to see it. The only thing is that we have noticed that one of these Guardian Nen Beasts can turn invisible. Tubepa's is one of them. So it's tough. Anyway, the idea...
Yeah, it's not confirmed, though.
No, nothing's confirmed.
Probably just sense something, right?
Yeah, something's there.
I remember that.
Something's there.
Something there. Yeah.
But we don't know what any of this means. Anyway, Oito says that Wobble completed the seed urn ritual, but they switched at the hotel, and it was her sister's son that participated in the ceremony. So the idea, Oito's plan was to literally wait to the last minute to reveal that this was not Wobble and beg for forgiveness, at the end, and hope that they just don't fucking execute her right there. And so in front of Bobby Mina, this guy from the Third Prince's guard, and Bill, everybody is now aware. Well, these three guards are now aware that Wobble is not part of this, and they can corroborate that this is the truth. So we now cut to Kurapika before everybody, as he just dropped that that Wobble is not eligible. All of the guards have come back except for the second queen's guard, Slaka, who used to guard third prince Zhangle, but now was ordered by second queen Dwazul to attend these classes. He is no longer here for whatever reason. But this is not good news for Kurapika because, you know, he was hoping that that the announcement of Prince Wobble would probably like draw a bunch of them away because they have actually no reason to stick around if not to assassinate Prince Wobble. So Kurapika has no choice but to continue the Nen school. He pretty much figures that like everybody either doesn't believe him or believes that Wobble may not be in this room but is still on the ship somewhere. So there's still hope in finding Wobble. So he says the problem is Wobble, who isn't here. If the curses placed on his children that activate upon death are enough to kill, they'll take effect instantaneously. A defenseless baby that has no way to resist. The only solution is to locate the curse sacrifice beforehand and exorcise them. So, you know, at this point, Kurapika starts to wonder if it's just easier to go down and ask Beyond himself. Speaking of the devil, we cut over to Beyond's cell, where he's being watched over currently by Sayu and the cat Zodiac.
Who is a traitor, by the way.
Yeah, again, yes. Sayu is one of Beyond's spy within the Zodiacs. The only people who know this are Mizai Storm, Cheadle, and Kurapika. None of the other...
And New Jump City.
And New Jump City.
Even Beyond doesn't know that Sayu is working.
Yes, Beyond is also unaware that Sayu is a spy.
What?
He's just on his side.
Pariston is the one who hired Sayu.
Yeah, Beyond is there, and someone comes in to see him, and it's the judge for the Kakin Empire, like a supreme magistrate. She comes in and explains that he's here to settle all of Beyond's increasing lawsuits against the V5. He first comes to talk to her about the lawsuits brought to the V5, brought to Beyond by the V5, and then all of fucking Beyond's lawsuits to the V5. So she's brought all the records of all the judicial reviews and related amendments and copies of the clause revisions of all of these fucking cases that were basically thrown out by the V5. So, you know, in order to challenge this, I guess to appeal all of these lawsuits, Beyond puts on his reading glasses and enlists the help of Sayu, and I think this guy's name is, I know it starts with a K, the cat guy, and enlists his help in reading all of these documents.
I think his name is Kanzai or something like that.
Kanzai, yes, you got it, Kanzai. Thank you, Josh.
Like the city of Japan.
Yes. Kanzai. He says, I brought all the records of all judicial reviews and related amendments and copies of clause revisions. It's impossible to expect the royal crimes to be prosecuted immediately, but there will be deterrent in the future. Though I'm concerned that once the royals become part of the populace, things will get much worse from a security standpoint. I don't know what that means. So yeah,
right, beats me.
So yeah, HunterXHunter adds what I guess it was desperately needed: intriguing legal disputes.
Right, does this serve a purpose?
Yes, I'm sure it does.
Is this just for the sake of so that people can't be like, oh, but what if this happens? And he's like, no, I thought about it. No,
I think there's literally a cause to this, and this is part of Beyond's escape plan somehow. But also,
there's no way he cares about
this is also
no
Tagashi, so he might just like this shit.
Sometimes he just does that. He just wants to show, I know what these things are. I know that there's a life that exists outside of comic books. So you get it, bro. You get pussy, bro. I get it. You live life.
Hey, his wife is the Sailor Moon creator.
I know.
You know?
You know that.
Probably romanced her with all this
Ash shorty
clerical
by
talk.
being a lame, so I believe you, bro. You don't gotta prove it to me every 3 chapters when you add some neurosis. You it's okay. He's got a touch of autism, and I love it. I love the series.
Okay, so that's Hunter x Hunter. Wow. Josh, what did you think about Hunter x Hunter chapter 412?
I can't stop thinking about this series, bro. Whenever it's back in season, I start losing my fucking brain, bro. All I think about is Nan. Nah, all jokes aside. All jokes aside.
All I think about is
I mean, I do think about it frequently.
Me too,
And
honestly.
all the possibilities of like different characters and what their abilities could be. But something I want to talk a little bit about, like not the chapters themselves, but just the concept of like the Dark Continent. And I think the Hunter exam felt like the Dark Continent, specifically during the second part. When they're running through that fucking forest, the misty forest, and random shit is eating them alive and all of that. You know what I mean? Nobody knows Nen. It's
Yeah.
people like shit is the strawberry monster, the crow talking like a human. That was killing niggas, bro. And I'm just wondering, I'm like, I mean, if that's the Dark Continent at this, look, is that like the hype? Seeing big creatures eat characters?
It could be.
Not really, right? It
No,
could be,
not
I
for me
guess.
personally. I think that's that stopped what
It's
Hunter x
novel.
Hunter was being about anyway.
Right. But it feels like he's trying to get back to that when he talks about the Dark Continent,
Maybe.
like this world of mystery and exploration.
Probably, I think it's a mixture of that and maybe something like the Succession arc, because remember the Ant arc was pretty complicated for what is just like monsters hunting people down and killing them. So
He gave them so much humanity.
mm-hmm.
It was good. I felt bad for King Meruem, bro. I feel bad for all the ants. I wish they had better. Well, they're still around.
They are still around.
They're being led by Pariston. Jeez, man.
Not all of them. I mean, there's still good guys left that are.
Yeah, the chameleon guy's still alive.
Yeah, chameleon guy.
The octopus.
He's not with
man.
Pariston.
Icalgo.
Octopus Man was the craziest, dude. He was a sniper singing. How the fuck did that turn into an octopus? A hard-boiled octopus. I don't get.
He wants to be a squid, bro.
You remember that? Yo, Togashi was wilding, bro. He forgot. It's like he was like, I changed my mind. I want to do something else with this character. Mid fucking.
You know what's funny?
Yo, his editor was like, oh my god.
I think that's happened a lot even in the Succession War. And this is me just based off of like what other people have said. It's just like, I think because of the hiatuses, Togashi actually has, weirdly enough, Togashi has a lot of time to sit with these characters and like really flesh them out. Like,
yeah,
the Succession War arc started like maybe 10 years ago. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but like,
no.
and he's just been sitting, and I know he's just been sitting thinking about it and just like really fleshing out the themes. He has like the advantage that a lot of mangaka don't have, which is just time to develop a story in a really fleshed out way. And that's probably why he's able to come up with humongous legal systems within his world.
Like, this is what you do with all that fucking time.
Yeah.
Togashi, come on, man.
Yeah, I imagine he has a notebook that just looks
Give me
like
Nen fights.
I feel like those are coming, bro. I mean, all of this stuff is just like
No, I'm okay.
boiling.
No, I genuinely love this shit. This is what made me get into Hunter x Hunter. Because the first thing I read was Succession arc, and I would just read it in like the weekly Jump, the digital one, and I got hooked. So, man, it was a super emotional experience when I watched Hunter x Hunter for the first time. It got to the end of the anime, and it was like it was bittersweet because like I knew that it continues. You know, I knew that like they are going to go to this dark continent that this guy's talking about. That is the plan.
Yeah.
You know, but for so many people so long ago, they probably just felt like, man, that ain't ever going to happen. But man, the anime was dope. The story was dope. I'm happy. So it's just nice to know that it's still going. But every time I get to that last episode, it's like it's rough, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't know if I have much more to offer about the chapters. How about I hear you guys have your thoughts, and hopefully I can have some rebuttals and stuff.
So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the people that didn't come back to the classroom, the have not that second Prince Camilla sent in did not come back. The one that was going in there to kill Wobble did not come back. They just indirectly.
No, she's there.
No, she left. It said that she didn't come back.
No, Slacka did not come back. Slacka was.
Oh.
She's there. She's the little blonde-haired one that changed her face. She like you can't tell because her face.
I
is
thought Slacka was her.
No, Slacka was. I remember this because I wrote this. I was like literally writing this script and. I wrote this part today, that like Slacka is one of the guards that was guarding Zhang Lei to start the third prince. He was assigned to him by Dwazil. And then he was commanded by Dwazil to go take Kurapika's Nen class. But yeah, it's Slacka. The lady, the fucking Have Not is still there for sure.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say if she dropped out, then that means real Prince Wobble is in actual fucking danger.
Yeah,
because she's going on a hunt for him. But I guess she didn't believe what Kurapika said.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I feel like none of them do to some extent. They all have to be like, he's either lying in some way, shape, or form. They can't take that risk. And they also probably haven't been commanded to leave anyway. It's too crazy of a thing to say that all of a sudden Wobble is not eligible.
That was bold as hell, too.
That is bold as hell.
If I may interject. Because, yeah, I'm sorry. Something just came back to me, and I know it's got to be on your mind, too, but you gave up your child? You switched your child knowing, like her sister gave her child to say, yo, like, use my child as the decoy so Wobble could be saved. Why would you do something like that?
Yeah, what if they killed your child?
That's exactly what they're going to do. Why wouldn't they? They're all fucking psychopaths, bro.
You want to know what my theory
Everybody
is?
except Kurapika, and he's not great either. You know, I think Bill's the only normal nigga there, yo.
Bill is a beyond spy.
You want to know my theory? Fake Wobble is beyond Sun.
No.
I thought about that.
Oh, actually. Maybe. I don't know. I guess it's not impossible.
That's not true. I thought Wobble was actually his son.
No, fake Wobble is his son. Because that would explain why the aura nodes are already open on the baby.
Well, we don't know if the baby has.
They didn't confirm that specifically.
Yeah, they said there's like a Nen presence, and it was assumed that it was the Nen beast. The Nen beast has got to be somewhere.
But don't Beyond's kids all have like Zetsu at an early age?
That's true. They are born with like their nodes activated.
Sure, but he would have noticed that.
Yeah, but if
I think
Kurapika was in a flow of water.
Well, they're in Zetsu.
Kurapika noticed something, and then immediately it was gone, and it hasn't come back.
They're in Zetsu as babies. So, but then the Zetsu wouldn't release as a baby, you know? Like, the way that it works is that all of Beyond's kids, when they're babies, their nodes are opened immediately. So they either have to adapt and like force themselves into Zetsu or die. So that would mean like Wobble would still like fake Wobble would still be in Zetsu if he's made it this long. But I don't think it's impossible. That's the only other thing I can think about. I think it's plausible that fake Wobble could be Netro's Beyond's kid. It's not impossible.
I mean,
Certainly.
what are the chances that that this child's Hatsu would end up manifesting as a Nen beast as a baby? That's so coincidental.
Yeah, but there's definitely something funky about Wobble's Nen Beast in particular. You know?
But that's not Wobble, so.
Yeah, it's not Wobble.
Fake
That's why
Wobble.
it's tough. That's why it's tough to even understand. What was that then?
And that wasn't the one that took the seed urn thing. It was her. It was actual her daughter that took it. It was Queen
Yeah, then that
Mother's
means
daughter,
like
so.
Wobble's Nen Beast would be with her.
Yeah. So something
That
is,
would be interesting. That would be
something's
really
there.
interesting. Something is there.
I'm telling you,
But it's not necessarily a
think
Nen
that
beast. I
is
think that was a red
beyond.
herring.
I think that's beyond Sun, and also the real Wobble is a girl, by the way.
Yes.
So
Fake Wobble's a boy. Real Wobble's a girl.
I forgot. What's up with Benjamin's son? We don't know who that is, right?
Benjamin's son is a baby. Benjamin's son is
Imagine.
also baby. And is currently like chilling with Queen Unma.
Oh, it's no secret.
The
that
baby
he has
is
a
not
child.
part of the succession war at all. Because it's among the direct children.
But that's why he's trying to
Awesome.
win and get the throne now, so that he can just die it and pass it to his baby.
Correct.
He's fiend out. This
Yeah.
guy. You lost, bro.
He knows he lost,
owns-
so he's just trying to like flip the board. He put everybody under martial law so that nobody can act and nobody can complete the succession war. He can claim victory.
He was just walking around with a gun too, right? I remember he's like, "I'm gonna go."
Meanwhile, Halkenberg's out there heading straight for him. Also on a timetable because he's got to like do this before Balsamico takes over again. Because he doesn't know what happens if Balsamico comes into consciousness with Halkenberg still in there.
Why would that happen?
I think like
Yeah,
if,
it's just be like this. They're just.
I
saying,
think
like,
if you're
just-
like maybe if you're strong enough with, and then you can like kind of come back because he had to take like a sedative in order to like force Balsamico to stay down.
Oh,
I think that's
missed-
the way it works.
damn!
Like,
I should have. I literally made it up to like 404. I was a few chapters away from.
yeah, you're not far behind. I think you may have actually hit when it happens, when he just like jumps Balsamico and just hits him with the arrow.
It's a crazy explanation too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I started talking during your thoughts, Brian. You have anything
No, it's
else
okay.
you want to say?
I'm really excited to see a confrontation between Kurapika and Beyond because that's probably coming soon. And sorry, what were you saying? Oh no, never mind. Yeah, this chapter just opened up so many fucking doorways. I'm so excited to see what the fuck is gonna happen, dude. Because goddamn, this series is just peak every time it comes back. It's a lot of reading, so if you don't mind that, it is actually incredibly thorough.
Mhm.
And I just want to know what happens to fucking what's his name, the swordsman on
Nobunaga.
Nobunaga. I want to know what's gonna happen with him.
Brian's favorite character, Nobunaga.
He's not even my favorite character. He's just intrigued me so much in this arc because he walks around with so much aura all of a sudden. Like
All of the fandom troop, dude, they just walk around like no one on this boat can kill them.
yeah, it's actually fucking crazy. Like they're just like, oh yeah, I'll just spread out like we're dealing against like a fucking serial killer army. Yeah, let's just split up, guys. Let's just split up. And I'll be without a sword. Yeah, and I'll be okay. That's just how this is gonna go. I'm gonna go walk back into their fucking headquarters. Like, bro, what are you doing? And I hate that I like them. I'm like, I don't want to see them die. They're just like, on paper, they're fucking mass murderers, but for some reason I care about them.
They're the most lovable mass murderers on the planet.
This is crazy. The series has always been like that. People, even during the Hunter exam, people was getting murked for a Hunter exam. Come on.
But that's it. I don't have any other thoughts.
Oh man, I mean, I feel very close to this series because I've been reading it intensively for the last 2 weeks trying to do this recap thing. One of the things that like I picked up from this, like, I guess maybe the third read around I've done of the Succession War arc is I really appreciate how fucked Kurapika has been from the very start of this fucking thing. He has been at a disadvantage on every level since he got there, and the fact that he made it this far is actually kind of crazy. Especially considering he is with the prince with the least amount of power and resources to his name, or to her name, up until this point. And she's not even there. That's the worst part. And man, all this guy wanted to do was go to get his fucking friend's eyes. And now he may not even see Serednik. He's so fucked right now. You know, you really get to know just like the level of interest. There's two separate cursed suicide bomb people in this thing. There's the ones that are aligned with Camilla and the ones that are aligned with Beyond.
Yeah, it's actually crazy.
They both do the same thing. So even if they take care of all Beyond's kids, Camilla's have-nots are still around and they do the same thing. So it's fucking brutal. It's not looking good for, and they don't even know about the have-nots like that. So it's there's so many things, man. The safest person right now is weirdly Mariam because no one can get to him. Like, he's in a pocket dimension.
But also, if somebody can get to him, then there might be trouble.
Yeah. I mean, I really like his Nen Beast because not only does it teleport him to a pocket dimension, it leaves itself in the real room and it actually attacks people. So.
Oh, has it actually?
Yeah, when Hanzo first showed up, and he noticed that like everyone was gone except for Mariam's Nen Beast, it attacked him while he was there because it can't differentiate friend from foe. So anybody who walks in has the capacity to get immediately murked by this dragon thing.
I thought the Nen Beasts were supposed to be like passive anyway.
The Nen Beasts cannot kill other Nen Beasts, and they can't kill princes directly. So, but they can kill everyone else. They're allowed. But yeah, for the most part, they are all passive. There's very few of them with actual attack capability. Mariam's is weirdly one of them. We don't know what Prince Benjamin's Nen Beast does. There's still Nen Beasts that we don't know what they do, really. Including fake Wobbles, if that is a Nen Beast. So, geez.
Fake Wobble.
Yeah, I mean, this is a clusterfuck. I really enjoyed this. I can't wait to find out why we're doing legal work right now. I know it's important to the plot. I know he's not just doing this shit. It's got to be part of Beyond's fucking plan. Somehow, some way. I don't buy that this guy brought his reading glasses knowing this would happen. He said, well, my 42 lawsuits are here.
that's what I was trying. Like I was trying to like catch up to read that last of this chapter, and it was so much, and I was like, oh whatever. I'm just gonna. Go along with you
Yeah,
guys,
I mean, look, it's definitely an
Jeez.
acquired taste. You really have to. It borders on why is this even a comic territory? This should be a novel, I guess. But man, I can't wait to see what happens next. I mean, there's just so much shit going on. And you know, it's very fun to read more than once because you start to remember things that you didn't pick up, or you start to notice things that you didn't pick up. You get refreshed of all these threats, these alliances, and and it sounds like all this is not even touching the surface of all the mafia shit that's going on with Morena specifically.
I love how like they keep connecting it back.
Oh yeah.
Like you know that one thing, like these things are affecting each other,
Mhm.
even if it's not very directly. But you know, as
Yeah,
things-
it's gonna come to a boil, and it's all gonna collide, and it's all gonna suck for everyone.
Kurapika is really like, you know, you're as you was talking about how like he's just in a real, you know, rough situation, like very disadvantageous. It's he's throwing himself into all of this, all so he can get them like the last of the eyes back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, bro, you threw yourself on a boat going to the dark continent because you had to. He might not even have the eyes with him on the boat. He does though,
Yeah.
right? I'm pretty sure he does. But actually, I don't remember seeing him on the boat specifically.
No,
I remember him
I mean,
sitting in the chair. I think that was before they left, though.
I actually don't remember either. I hope it's on there. I think it is on there.
It better be.
I feel like it's got to be on there. Like, I know Togashi likes to be all tragic and weird, but he can't be this tragic and weird. Come on. At least let
Dude,
the eyes be on the
Saradnik?
boat. It's not even touching Saradnik. He hasn't done anything in this arc except for train.
Scar Theta. Yeah, lots going on.
Yeah,
lots
so
going
much.
on.
And this is just like another addition. It's just like, Wobble's not real. Fuck. But yeah, those are all my thoughts really. Any rebuttals? Anything else we want to say about Hunter x Hunter?
No.
Zushi being a manipulator didn't make any sense to me at first. But you remember when he got kidnapped? So by those like three goons. They were like basically like the
Yes.
first wall that like go, you know, they had the guy with the
Yeah.
tops, got the wheelchair, and then
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm. I do. Remember.
ghastly looking guy.
Yeah,
It was real-
the weird guy. Yeah.
It looked like his face was like a mask or something.
Mm-hmm.
He had the invisible hand. That shit. Their Hatsus was trash. But Wing explains that when he talks about the like Nen classifications, how like they use skills that weren't that compatible with like, you know, their Nen affiliations. That's why they weren't, you know, as good as fighters. It's a good breakdown. Anyway, back to Zushi. That night that he got kidnapped, what happened was they were training with Wing, and then the session was over, and they all decided to go back to Gon's room to like continue training. And as soon as they started, like maybe like only like half an hour in, Zushi realized like that Gon and Killua was getting the concept of like I think Zetsu or something like that, like really like fast. And he didn't like that. He was like, damn, like I'm gonna end up losing all confidence in myself if I, you know, being around them. So I was like, he was like, you know what, let's just cut like the practice short for today. I think this is like enough. So in a way, he kind of and then when he left the room, that's when he got like, you know, kidnapped. And I just thought to myself, like, damn, like, you know, if he wasn't hating, he probably would have been safe, you know. But then again, they probably would have waited around all the way to the end.
Yeah,
It's like,
probably.
I don't know. But he did kind of manipulate them in a way like because he got them to not want to train, like to accept to not train anymore, even though they could have definitely kept pushing.
Yeah.
Low key try to start their growth. All right, whatever. That's all I gotta say.
All right, well, that was Hunter x Hunter. Let's move on to the next one.
Tell that pussycat girl me know what.
Dandadan. With that, I'm gonna pass this one over to Brian.
Alrighty then. Dandadan. Okay, so the chapter picks up with Momo, Ira, and Okaroon running through a stampede of dinosaurs. And Momo is a little concerned if they're going to be okay running through this, but because they're in a herd, Okaroon assures that because they're in a herd of herbivores, carnivores won't attack, so they just have to run parallel to them like cars. So as long as they don't fall and get run over, they'll be fine. So Ira then like wraps her hair around one of the Brachiosaurus's necks and slings herself up there alongside Okaroon and Momo. And they have to choose. They look around and they see that there's 3 Brachiosauruses in stock at this moment. So they have to work together. Momo and Okaroon have to work together to slap them on the sides of their stomach to make them cough up what they ate. And as they hold hands to, form power, a shot rings out from the other side of the museum and hits Okaroon in the shoulder. And as he's falling, Ira zips down and catches him. As we see that the clown guy has a fucking sniper rifle. And he goes, yas, yas.
I thought that was really funny.
Gotta aim closer to the chest or I won't be able to stop them. Yas. And they're on the floor recovering from the shot as a Stegosaurus, I believe this is what this is, almost crumples them. But here Ira decides, you know what, I'll go take care of the sniper. You guys take care of the rest. So as they split up...
It's a Triceratops.
That is a Triceratops.
Triceratops.
I was just thinking that.
So... Okaroon takes Ira's hand, Momo's hand once again, and summons the Ogre Club and slaps the side of the Brachiosaurus, causing it to spit out what it ate. And turns out this one's not the right one because it's filled with nothing but grass. So they move on to the next one. And as they're walking by, they hear that one of the Brachiosauruses are making a weird noise. So Okaroon goes, that's the gastrolithus. Oh my God, fuck it. I give up.
Gastroliths.
In its stomach are at work. And that's probably the one, right? They take the hand and they slap it on the side of the stomach, and this time the Brachiosaurus roars as it spits out whatever was in his stomach. They go in there, they start checking it all out, and they see that Gigi is in there. And as they discover this, some velociraptors, I believe, pull up on them, and Okaroon points the Ogre Club at them, and as they are about to face off against these dinosaurs, Evil Eye is the one that wakes up, and he's kind of just like, dinosaurs? Huh? They're dinosaurs. And as Momo is like, Gigi, they're dangerous, immediately Evil Eye starts cuddling the Velociraptor. And Momo goes, wait, what the hell is this? They're practically best buds. And Okaroon goes, it can't be. Their biological instincts must be telling them they're no match for the Evil Eye. As as the chapter ends with Evil Eye continuing to cuddle the Velociraptor, and that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what are your thoughts?
I would hope that my friends would search through dinosaur vomit for me.
I would
know
do
what
that
I
for
mean?
you, bro.
Like to find my body, but
Yeah.
I was alive or dead. I'd appreciate it. I'd do the same. I'd be scared as
You
hell.
would?
Stop, but I'd do it.
I appreciate that, bro.
I had a feeling Evil Eye was gonna turn the situation around. Like, it was gonna flip this whole, like, you know, he's strong. He's got a lot of power, especially since Okaroon doesn't have a spear right now. He's kind of like the ace in a way, you know. Him and I guess Ira in a way, but I don't know. I'm not sure what more to say. Beautifully drawn chapter. It always is, but just, it's just funny. Like going from Hunter x Hunter to like this, it's such a different vibe.
Yeah, it's a tone shift for sure.
Super tone shift. With, hilarious stuff like Clown Sniper. I thought my son Okaroon got clipped.
Yeah.
His shoulder. That's a weird sniper, by the way. Is that like a rectangle?
Yeah, it is. It's like a weird rectangle.
They got those in. I don't even remember the name of the game. And Brian don't play it no more, so it don't matter.
True.
Valorant. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I've been playing Valorant recently.
You have?
Yeah, I've been back on the Valorant grind.
Cool. All right. I don't really have that much more to say, if I'm being honest. Chris, what are your thoughts on this chapter?
I really like this chapter. And honestly, a lot of that comes from Evil Eye. I think the panel where he's hugging the Velociraptor or whatever this is one of the funniest things. It's like one of my favorite panels where he's like, I genuinely think it was like kind of adorable. I really enjoyed it. So,
they're basically paralyzed in fear of the raptors.
yeah, yes, they are really. It's very funny. I too. Yeah, it is such a tone shift to talk about Dandadan in this, but it's so good. I really enjoyed it. I don't really have much to say, mostly because a lot of this has just been slapping dinosaur bellies and finding your friends.
Yeah.
So.
Dandadan's good for.
Yeah. I really enjoy it. And, honestly, I really like what they do with Evil Eye. I think he's become such a dynamic and fun character to watch. Because he could have easily been just like the edgelord, edgelordy kind of character. But I love that they gave him this like little childish side because he was a kid before he became this evil spirit. It's just an extra dimension I appreciate about him. But that's all I really got to say about Dandadan. Had a great time reading it. Brian, what'd you think?
Yeah, this was a fun little chapter. The fucking clown being a sniper was not in my fucking
clown.
bingo card. Yeah. Christian's really beefing with the clown.
I really
he really doesn't like him.
It pisses me off. But I like his design a lot, but just like the audacity of him bugs me. Like, how dare you exist?
But yeah, I don't have much to say about this chapter either. It was a fun little reconnaissance, recovery chapter to kind of get reunite the squad together again. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. That's it.
All right. Well, in that case, that was Dandadan, and that has been our show. Thank you all very much for listening. As per usual, you can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at jdcole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian is at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. Catch him where he's streaming on twitch.tv/itspunchline. Email the show at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com. I know I keep saying we're going to do a pre-show, but we will. I just wanted to save it for when we do our HunterXHunter recap, which will very, very much will be next week. I'm putting that on myself. We're going to do it. So send us email questions, all that stuff. And subscribe to the show wherever you can, wherever you enjoy podcasts. We're on there, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us a like, share, and subscribe on all of those things. And without further ado, that has been our show. We'll see you guys next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, y'all.